guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a great week and nobody's been too stressed out with anything that's been going on in the world lately. We're going to talk about a few things today, so let's get going. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is George Floyd. She is the daughter of the gentleman that was murdered by those four policemen. I watched a video on Instagram this morning of her talking about how she missed him, and it just was so heartbreaking. And her mum, who now has to raise her child all on her own because these nasty, ignorant people decided that they were going to play God and take this man's life away from him like so many others before him. And it got me to thinking about what happens now. Like, this little girl has got to grow up without her father, and she's going to go through all these pivotal moments that he should be a part of, and there's going to be a time when she feels lonely, or she needs a man's opinion, or she falls in love, or she gets her heart broken, or any of these moments where her dad should be there. And because of these nasty, evil, cruel, disgusting people, she's lost that now. She's lost that important male person in her life. And for any young girl out there who's grown up without their dad and has had to kind of figure it out, it's just the most heartbreaking thing, because I don't understand how or why you I'm sorry I'm rambling, but it's just, it hurts my heart, it hurts my soul to know that this poor little girl is gonna need him, and knowing that he would have been there for her, and now he can't be because they've taken him away from her. And now knowing that her mum is gonna have to take on that role of mother and father, which so many women before her have had to do because the father willingly decided to walk out of the child's life. And here you have a man who wanted to be there for his child, and now he's gone because of ignorance. And it got me to thinking about so many times in my life where I've heard, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Why don't you smile? Why are you so angry? Why don't you be like this person? And why don't you be like that person? Why don't you shut up? People need to stop being so narrow-minded and understand that people of color have it differently. And I don't care if you say you don't see color, that's fine if you don't. But just because you don't doesn't mean that that person doesn't, or that person doesn't. So if I have an attitude, sometimes maybe stop and think about why I have this attitude. Maybe all the years of being followed around in shops by people who look just like me are getting to me a bit. I don't understand. How do you expect people to go through 400 years of oppression and misery and then expect that you can just click your fingers and everybody of color is going to be happy and smiley and, oh, everything's okay, and just accept the crumbs that you're giving them? Because every time that me and my friends have walked around in shops when we were teenagers and had somebody that looked just like us following us around, or anytime people are just watching you, knowing that they're judging you and they don't even know a thing about you. Ugh. But it just got me to thinking about all these black men and these black women and these black children that have been being killed for no reason. What happens to their families? What happened to Trayvon Martin's mother and father once he was murdered for no good reason by that monster? What happens to Alton Sterling's partner and children now that he's gone? What happened to just what happens to them? How do they move on from this? Do they move on from this? All four of those officers, who one of them looked like he was of color, all of those officers need to be put in prison for a long time, a long time. And then you've got all the little, and then you've got that video of the little girl marching in the street and she's saying no justice, no peace, and you think that little girl's got to be no more than 3, 4. Why should she have to do this? She's a child. She should be allowed to be a child. She shouldn't have to be doing this. It's 2020. Yeah. But I think the fact that Gianna Floyd is aware that her father has had a huge impact on the world is a special thing. But the way that it has happened is just so awful. So awful. My heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her mother. Have a conversation. I know these conversations are difficult, but they need to be had. They need to be had, especially if you're someone who grew up around people who have this racist, backwards perception on life. If you don't want to talk to somebody, Google. Everybody knows how to use Google. And on that note, thank you for watching this video. I hope you all have a great weekend filled with positivity and hope and joy. Until next time, bye guys.